Hello everyone, Jacquie Edwards here for Live at Lunchtime. Thank you so much for joining me. I think it's only Tuesday. My goodness, it feels like so much has already happened this week. I feel like I've already done a full week and it's only Tuesday. But it is the very last day of January. So how are you doing with getting yourself prepared and into 2017? So we won't talk about New Year's resolutions and things like that, but hopefully you've got your goals set for 2017 and you're well on your way towards knocking them off and taking the steps you need to take to conquer them. But what I really want to talk about today, and part of the reason why I'm a little bit late for Live at Lunchtime today, is because my partner Anthony is not feeling very well. So he's quite poorly, a little bit of man flu, although I think he's actually got proper flu, not just man flu. Um, so I wanted to do a little talk about making sure you take care of yourself. So he's been working awfully hard lately, and not having quite as much rest as he probably should have, which I think has kind of contributed to him wearing down a little bit and now needing a bit of extra time to recover. And I know this can happen to a lot of us, especially as entrepreneurs, because there are so many things that need our attention and so many things that we've got to do, in our business. We've got quite a number of businesses and projects that we're working on. We're working with, partners in lots of different time zones. So we've been taking phone calls at kind of 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning with our partners in Asia, and then working kind of the normal UK day, and then getting back on the phone with them in the late evenings when they come back online. So it makes for just a super long day, and it's great to do those kinds of things, and there's, loads that we can do, but you also have to make sure you're taking good care of yourself in the meantime. So for me, it's a bit easier because my schedule is a lot more flexible. And as many of you know that have watched this regularly, I tend to take Thursdays off. So Thursday is kind of my massage and rest day. And that's where I really kind of try to pamper myself. I do as little work as possible. And I try to just focus on myself and relaxing, because I still do a lot on the weekends, work-wise. So I don't take a lot of time off there. So Thursday is kind of my one day to myself. I also make sure I've got time scheduled in throughout my day to have downtime. So I schedule most of my work in the morning, because that's when I focus the best. That's when I'm kind of the most on my game. I do enjoy waking up early and getting things done then. Even when I don't have, 4 a.m. phone calls, I still enjoy waking up about 5 a.m. and getting my day started then. But I make sure that by kind of noon, 1 o'clock, I'm ready to kind of take a long break for the afternoon. My attention's pretty much gone by afternoon, and that's my time to relax before I get another burst of energy in the evening and do a bunch more then. So if you've got that flexibility and the ability to do that, I really recommend that you make sure you've scheduled in kind of some downtime and rest time, especially this time of year, because the sun doesn't come out all that often here in the UK. Towards the end of winter, things are really winding down. Everything feels a lot harder. It's a lot harder on our bodies as well, because the sun makes such a huge difference. So this is a time when lots of people start to get sick, especially if you're not taking care of yourself. So make sure you schedule in that time. And I struggled with this when I first got started in my property business, because I felt like I need to do everything right now. I need to work and work and work and work, because I've got to get this property business going. I've got to get it up and running, and I've got to start making money. But the more I did that, the more exhausted I was, which means I would have to take kind of big chunks of time out later, because I was absolutely exhausted, run down, and I would be ill. So I'm a lot better at monitoring and keeping that balance now between working really hard but also making sure I take some quality time off. So I have to train my partner on that a little bit better, it seems like. But yeah, we'll get there, and he's got a little bit of relaxing, and he's got a nice weekend skiing this weekend, so hopefully he feels better so that he can go off and have his kind of little lad's weekend. And I will be resting and relaxing, but I'll also be getting ready this weekend for the 5-day rent-to-rent challenge that's starting on Monday next week. So if you haven't seen anything about that, I'll pop a link in the comments below when I finish the video, because if you're interested in rent-to-rent, you should definitely check that out. We're starting on Mondays to get 20 leads in 5 days, so every day I'll be going through some new tips and tricks on getting more rent-to-rent leads. I've also got a very active Facebook group, which I'm going to pop in right after this and introduce myself there. We've got loads and loads of members. My Facebook's been blowing up for all the new people that are requesting access. So if you're interested in rent to rent, that's going to be the place to be next week and right now while we get ready for it. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Make sure you take some time out and relax and take care of yourself as well as your business. And I'll see you again tomorrow.